It's Friday the 16th of July 2021 and I'm at the Frog Inn in Skirmett and I'm about to do a walk along the Chiltern Way. I stayed overnight in the village, although not at this pub, and I'm now starting another walk along Chilton Way. Now joining the route of Chilton Way, this is where it leaves Shogmore Lane in Skirmett, and we go through this gate. Through the gate there are immediately fantastic views. There's a view of Skirmett over to the left, and there's our path continuing. Glorious weather at the moment. I've now turned sharp right onto this path, unfortunately pointing straight into the sun. Great view looking back to Skirmett. Now entering Adams Wood on a bridleway. I had a minor route finding problem already. Still in beautiful Adams Wood. The bridleway starts to ascend again. We come to a junction and turn left along this track. Across a field, we're now about to enter Fingest Wood. And there it is, we're entering Fingest Wood. Now in Fingest Wood, we're now heading downhill, undoing all that hefty climbing I did in Adams Wood. At the end of the wood, we emerge over a stile to this absolutely astonishing view. And there's the path continuing downhill, heading for Fingest village. Bit lower down, but the view is still incredible. Now approaching Fingest village. Now entering Fingest village on this small road. Now passing the Chequers Inn, Fingest, and now passing the wonderful Fingest church with its double saddleback roof. We leave Fingest by turning right along this path. Later, we walk along the edge of Mill Hanging Wood. Next, straight across this road on the path ahead. Now crossing this field with the great view of Turviille village where we're heading, and great views over to the left. There's a view of Cobstone Mill over to the right. This featured in the film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There's a bit of a view of Turviille Church with the bells chiming. And here's a better view of Turviille Church. We leave Turviille along this bridleway. Now in the open with fantastic views over to the left, and now following this bridleway beside this hedge on the right. Just about to cross a road, but here are the views looking back. Fantastic. On the other side of the road we have a climb. Well, it is the Chiltern Hills. Now got a short distance through a wood, going uphill still but more gently. Emerging from the wood, we follow this farm track across a field. Now heading across Southend Common on this concrete track. Now at the road at Southend, Buckinghamshire. It's a bit different to Southend on Sea in Essex, and on this road we turn left. Chilton Way leaves the road and turns right down this track. Now descending through Kildridge Wood. We now come to this enormous kissing gate. We're now walking through Stonor Park and we're now in Oxfordshire. There's a fine view of Stonor House, parts of which date from the late 13th century. Great views, and there's the grassy path now, continuing. I do love these views. I've walked this path a few times before and I really enjoy it. And there is the path continuing. The path ends at a road and we turn left along it towards Stonor village. We turn right off the road along this narrow path. Confirmation, we're on Chilton Way. We're also on Shakespeare's Way here. That's a long distance path between London and Stratford upon Avon. And the path emerges into this field with great views. At the end of the field there's a great view looking back to Stonor village. We're now in Park Wood. The Chiltern Way continuing through Park Wood. Emerging from the wood, we take this clear path across a field heading for Maiden's Grove. At the other side of the field we join the route of the Oxfordshire Way, a long distance footpath between Bourton on the Water and Henley on Thames, and actually we are travelling in the other direction down there. In the other direction to that sign. We now leave the Oxfordshire Way and continue along this lane. At this fork we go left. Chiltern Way now takes this hedged trackway. At this point we bear right across this field down towards that wood called Big Ashes Plantation. Now within Big Ashes Plantation. The path continues, and it's quite narrow, through Big Ashes Plantation. Beautiful Big Ashes Plantation. We now have this steep stepped path to go down. At the bottom of the steps we have to cross this field. The other side of the field, in the last clip we come to the junction of where the main Chiltern Way goes off from the Chiltern Way extension. I need to take the Chiltern Way extension a short distance to Crocker End and then on to Nettlebed and the bus stop and the end of the walk. Chilton Way extension goes uphill across this field. The path enters Stockings Plantation and follows its edge. Later, the path follows the outside edge of Stockings Plantation. Later, the path becomes this wide track and runs beside Homewood. We turn right down this road. We bear left off the road through this kissing gate and across a field. Now at the road at Crocker End Green, and this is where I'm leaving Chilton Way for today. Chilton Way extension turns left along this road, but I'm going to turn right to head into Nettlebed for a bus. Now at the bus stop in Nettlebed, and that's the end of today's walk along Chilton Way. As ever, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.